Sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window.
I saw a photo, you look joyous. My eyes are green, I eat my veggies. I need to get her out the picture. She's really fucking up my frame. She's not developed like we are.
Like magic, like magic, like magic. Whoa, magic, magic, magic.
Whoa. I think I'm getting an eyelash.
Can I see your lighter?
You're in LA?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. Where are you going to
Does
LA?
that suck?
I don't know, LA is a kind of a shitty place.
It is a shitty place, but then you're like, imagine you're driving on your own or with someone. You're smoking,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
You're moving around and you're looking around and you recognize these places that you've seen in the movies all this time. Isn't that a good feeling?
That was good. I was right there with it. I was imagining it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So fucking cold.
Drink some coffee.
It's cold. No, this one. So you're sick? Is that
Yeah,
it?
I think I got a cold. I think I got my eye. Something's wrong with my eye.
I can see that. I had something like that a few months back. It was is it pussy? Does it have like a lot of pus in it?
Is it pussy? Yeah, my eyes are pussy.
Oh my god.
My eyes all pussy. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. We spilled so much coffee.
This shit is terrific. Not my fault.
How do you go about cunnilingus? What's your plan of attack?
Where do I start?
Where's the
There
middle?
has to be some kind of foreplay, you know, when you're going into it. You gotta start. You gotta like really get into it. You. So you go into by. How do I explain this? You start with a little kissing, you know.
On the mouth?
A little cheek. You
You
start with the cheek because
We're gonna start that.
You didn't just fucking go to the mouth. You're just like, oh my god, you're that horny. Like, this is the female body. Right? This is the head, and this is where you're operating. Start here. You slowly weigh your weight
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
and then you go around the thighs, and then
Yeah.
you do a couple of swipes, and then you're in, and then you keep swiping, and then she'll let you know how it's going.
She'll let you know?
Yeah. If
I
you're
was
not
saying
doing
more
a
like-
good job, she'll guide you probably, you know.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about the fucking female body.
I feel like you know, I'm a lifelong learner, you know. I had to do a discovery flight, which is basically where the flight instructor takes you up in the plane. And it was like, this is a plane, this is the
Mhm.
sky.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you go like this, you go like that. That's how you go up and down. Like you're not expected to do anything. You're just expected to be like, oh cool, you're
expected
handsome.
to watch, yeah.
But I, for like a week before my discovery flight, I did like ground school. I learned and studied as if I was gonna like have to fly the plane. Like he was gonna give me the keys and say, "Start her up, go around the fucking thing, land it, and go up again." Like, so when I approach a lady,
You're
okay,
prepared.
I'm
is what-
prepared. I've done my homework. I know all the spots.
You
I
read-
know all the
You
locations.
read books for the sports?
I know what a vulva is. It's efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Get down there,
It's like set.
it's set. You know, there's a checklist.
There's a plan. There's
It's,
a time limit.
You know, there's time. 2 minutes max.
2 minutes each lick. Mm-hmm.
What? No, all I'm saying is, I came prepared. I come prepared. I'm not down there figuring it out while I'm there. I go in knowing exactly. Everything's got a purpose.
What I heard from this entire conversation was that you read a book to just eat some pussy.
You think you'll ever get married?
Oh yeah, I love the idea of getting married. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I think it's been beaten into me by movies or like any romantic. I don't know.
They're
Because
like
marriage is
marriages.
supposed to be a big thing in India, but my family never, be like, oh, you shouldn't get married. Usually Indian families are like, get married
Yeah.
right now after school. So
Oh, so you're saying your family isn't like that?
no,
And
my
they-
family is very chill about everything.
I don't know. I think, but you're okay. When by the time my dad was your age,
Mm-hmm.
he was a year away from having a kid, from like having his firstborn son.
That's
Isn't that
crazy.
weird? Like he's already been married for 4 years. He was gonna have within 2 years would have a kid. He's already the mayor of a town. That's
Mhm. That's
like,
okay. Now you're embarrassed.
isn't that crazy? Like, that's stupid.
People used to do a lot of things back
And then
then.
and then I'm supposed to feel adequate. Yeah, and I feel like it's isn't it good for like taxes?
Oh, it's beautiful for taxes. It's
But other than that, like, it's only good for taxes because now you gotta fucking buy a house, and now you gotta raise kids. Now you gotta feed 2 people at least. So yeah, you better get some tax incentives. or
marriage
whatever.
doesn't mean kids, but
It means them. Well, eventually.
eventually.
You think you get married and still use a condom? I forget who it was, but they were just saying that like having a kid, everybody talks about it's the most beautiful thing, but having a kid is really just like the most selfish thing you can do. Just like
Why?
just making a little mini you, and I just love this thing that's a miniature me. I love it. It's
Bro,
my
people
favorite thing I
that
love
have
the
like
most.
4 or 5 kids.
But I do think that's like, I don't know. I think there's probably like, there's no, like how could you? No, there's like no greater love than like the love you'd probably have for like a kid
Mhm.
that you like your kid. How could there be something that you'd love more than something than your kid?
Yeah, the idea of like being in love with a person and then giving all your love to them and then them giving love back to you. It's such a huge amount of love just in that moment, and then a child is born, and then I don't know how that love gets transferred from those people to that child that you just met. I don't know.
Yeah, it's insane.
Can't wait to have that feeling though. Scary as it is.
I don't think we can even afford. I don't know how to afford to have a child. Really, like, I can barely feed myself. I think I'm gonna die. Some kind of cancer, probably. I think everybody, if they get old enough, dies of cancer. Something gets you.
Hey, if you're rich enough, that I feel like that won't be a problem.
Here's the thing. Well, I don't want to die rich. I know that. I don't want to die. I want to die with $0. If anything, I want to die with debt. I want to die with debt. I don't want to die.
The last fuck
With
you to the
nothing.
world.
Not even that. I feel like if you die owning anything, where does it go?
Do children.
I mean, okay, but if you give it to your children before you die, then you personally don't own it. Like
That's another thing. You can't know when you're gonna die.
That's what I'm saying.
But have it just prepared in case whatever you have left, it goes to your children. I feel like it's a flawless method.
Or just have nothing. Never truly own anything. When do you want to die?
How do I want to die?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I have no idea. Like a cool way to die? Is that what you're asking? I would want to go in like a cool way, like dying on set, dying on fucking doing something I really like enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
The people who ride motorcycles for sport and then they die doing it. I feel like that's a good way to go. Tragic as it may be, I don't know. He died doing what he loved. It's such a
Yeah, that's
Raj,
poetic.
He died doing what he loved.
You
know?
can die doing what you love. I want to die. I want to trip on a stone and shit my pants, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" He just
And the
died.
most-
He was in perfect health, and he slipped on a fucking pebble.
Oh, I want to be murdered.
Okay,
That's
crazy.
something.
Yeah,
that's something.
that's good.
That's something.
no, I want to get
be
murdered.
So
I want to be
fun-
assassinated. I don't want to be murdered. I either want to get assassinated or assassinated or the most ridiculous, embarrassing thing ever. You're just pants stained with
My
piss
word.
and shit
goes to assassinate.
in a ditch on the side, like walking, not even walking my dog. Like I just went outside because I thought I heard
A
like the
noise.
newspaper guy. And I was like, oh, the newspaper's out there. And they're like, this guy reads newspapers. First of all, he's going out to get a newspaper. It wasn't even out there.
Mhm.
He tripped and fell and shit his pants.
Newspaper.
It's either that or assassinated for being too
too vocal.
influential.
Too influential. I don't think anyone's ever been killed for being too influential.
What do you mean?
I mean, like bad influence for sure.
John F. Kennedy. No, I don't know about that guy.
Yeah, come on.
But he's just like,
You don't know one thing
I
about
don't know shit about John F. Kennedy. But I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say Martin Luther King. I want to die like. What am I gonna do that's like Martin
How
Luther
did
King?
Martin Luther King die anyway? I have
You
no
don't
idea.
know. You got assassinated.
I did not take fucking American history.
Oh, that's a
okay?
good point. You should learn about Martin Luther King though. He was a good dude.
Of course I
Which is a
fucking know
complete
about him.
understatement.
I
He's
know,
not just
but-
a good dude. He was
Yeah, he's a
great.
really good dude.
Yeah, that guy's all right.
To Martin Luther King Jr.
Junior.
Perfect.
And the original. You know who Martin Luther King is?
What did the original do?
He was the guy who like started the Protestant Reformation.
The company?
No, it's not a company. He started the Protestant Reformation, which is like the Catholic Church was basically corrupt. They were just coming up
The
with all
whole
this shit.
company.
The company of yeah, okay. And he was like reading the Bible and he's like, hey, wait a second, you guys are taking all these money from all these poor folks.
Yeah, what's going on
You
here?
don't need to do that. And he fucking nailed scripture up to the walls of the door of the fucking Catholic Church. And they're like, hey dude, first of all the nails, we don't like that. But also everybody's learning too much that we're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, what are you
And he was like, well, we gotta reform. We need to reform.
Mm-hmm.
And then they reformed it. It changed everything.
Yeah, I feel like that's what we're doing here, you know?
I should teach history.
With knowing nothing about
No,
history.
that was, if you knew about the Catholic Reformation or the Protestant Reformation, that was a pretty good lesson.
You know one fact about Martin Luther Sr. and you're like,
he's
I
not
should
Martin
teach-
Luther Sr. It's not like he's not Martin Luther Jr.'s dad. Martin Luther King just had the same name, like 200 years ago.
But Martin Luther King Sr. was his dad, though.
Yeah, there was a,
There was a
but it's
senior.
not the same guy who started the Protestant Reformation. That was in like, I don't want to say a time because I'm not sure, but I know it was
You were
like
teaching
way,
history
it's like way before. It was probably like 1600s.
Hmm.
Don't look it up though.
So like a great grandfather of Martin.
No relation.
What?
No relation.
There was a different Martin Luther King.
no relation. Just the same name.
Yeah, I don't think you're speaking the truth.
I am speaking the
I
truth.
think you've forgotten your history. There's no way there's two fucking Martin Luther
No.
Kings in history.
They're both okay. It makes sense because
Unless they're related.
they're not related, but they have the same name
The exact fucking same name.
because. No, I haven't slept. I haven't slept a good night of sleep in a solid week,
Mm-hmm.
like a regular. No, fuck that. It's been like a month or
Months.
two since I've really had a consistent
Good sleep.
sleep. But like, dude, I haven't been happier, really. Like in the or just more like content in a while.
I feel like that's
Like-
the reason we keep going.
It's because I'm like my days are full. I'm doing something that I feel like is what at least I want to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Something I love. I'm with people that I care about. And what a fucking blessing it is to be like, if only I had more time to be doing what I'm doing right now.
For
Like I'm
longest
so
time
happy
possible.
doing what I'm doing, and I'm upset that I don't have more time in the day to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It comes back to fucking love, man. Like I really, there's so much love in what we're doing, like for each other and for just the act of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And you finish it and then and everybody's
love.
it's everybody's happy, even though it's like I don't know, just passion. You could say passion, but I really do think it's like it's love. And if you fill every day up with as much love I feel like I've been filling my days up with,
Just-
then yeah, it's worth it, dude. Like I feel like I say I love you to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like I'm just saying it. Like I really feel like
I
I
mean it.
fucking mean it. Fuck you.
I said I'm on the spectrum. Don't call me selfish, I hate sharing. This 60-40 working.